Welcome to another edition of the No Surrender Podcast. I'm your host, Marcus, aka Mark, aka the Hitman. Y'all already know what it is. I'm giving y'all a recap of the NBA Cup. Uh, game two, night two. It was 6 games that were played yesterday, Tuesday, November the 19th. So basically, I'm gonna give y'all a recap of the games and how they went down. But before we do that, I'm gonna give y'all a little summary of what the NBA Cup is. It's basically an in-season tournament. I believe it's to get more interest in the regular season for the NBA because a lot of people are saying they don't really watch it no more because a lot more sports on. It's a lot more things people are doing with their time, so they may not be watching the NBA as much as they used to. So I feel like this is a way to get more people to watch and also get the players and the teams to play harder. And I actually like the concept because besides the courts, all their courts, every court is a very nice court. They get different jerseys. The players, they play a little harder. So I believe it's a positive. The championship games will be played in Las Vegas. December 17th. So, and it's six brackets. So, random. The teams are chosen at random in 6 brackets. So the best team from each bracket is in the first 1 through 6 seeding spaces, and it's 2 wild card spaces. So the team from each conference with the best record in those 6 brackets are gonna be the last 2 teams that's in a tournament. The semifinal games will be played on the 14th, I believe, of December. Yeah, and the finals will be played in Las Vegas. Those stats in the finals games will not count for the regular season stats for all players. So pretty much every game up until the championship game, depending on what teams make it, all their stats count. All the wins and losses count towards the regular season. So that's still another thing. So first game, we're going to start off with the Cavaliers versus the Celtics. And this was a good one because the Cavaliers was undefeated. I believe it was 14-0. 15-0. They were 15-0. They were 15-0. Undefeated. The team been together for a little bit. They starting to mesh. Mobley had 22, 11-6, 8 of 13. He shot decent. Jarrett Allen had 11 rebounds, double. He was minus 16 though. Donovan Mitchell had 35, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. He started a little early. Started slow, but the second half he started to heat up because the Celtics came out at the beginning ready to show them why they were the defending NBA champs. They came out, they got a good lead on them early. But the second half came around. Donovan Mitchell, he started to come back. He started making shots. Darius Garland played terrible. Darius Garland normally don't play that bad though. He played terrible. He was 3 for 21, 0 for 6 from the 3. They had some good production from their bench. They only played 8 players though. They only played 8 players, which is kind of like this game was kind of a Eastern Conference Finals preview because I believe these 2 teams are gonna make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. So they had everybody from their bench was in double figures. Ty Jerome, Niang, Craig Porter. So they pretty much played a decent game. They started out slow. They just needed Darius Garland to give them what they normally give them, But he just couldn't get it going, And then the Celtics, Jason Tatum, 6 of 10 from the 3, 11 of 22 field goal, had 33 points. Yeah, he played good. He definitely played good. Al Horford had 20. Went Al Horford. Al Horford gave them some buckets, man. Al Horford had 20. Drew Holiday had 11. Derek White, as always, giving them what he normally give them, about 5 assists, 19 points, 4 threes. Jaylen Brown, I believe Jaylen Brown didn't play his best game. He only had 17 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists. He did a good job, getting some assists, But Peyton Pritchard coming off the bench hit 3 3-pointers. He's starting to get better coming off the bench. He's starting to get real better. I'm starting to like him. He's playing just like, I feel like he's like a TJ McConnell type player, So he's been a godsend for the Boston Celtics because they really don't have too good of a bench. And crazy thing is, Porzingis is still out. So when he comes back, more than likely the game probably wouldn't have been this close. But you got to take it for what it is, And the 3-pointer, let me look at these 3-points actually. It's the league turning into just a 3-point shooting league now. If you shoot threes, whoever make more threes win the game. Cleveland 10-29 from the 3. Boston 22 of 41. They shot 53%. That's a lot of threes. So I think we're gonna see that trend a lot more lately. So let's go to the next game. The Hornets versus the Nets. I like the Hornets. I like LaMelo. LaMelo, he getting a shot to play how he want to play. I like LaMelo. He doing what he do. And they don't even have a center, so they basically playing forwards and guards. But it's working because they pushing the pace. And Brandon Miller's he's starting to show why he was the number 2 pick. He had 29 points. Grant Williams they play him at the big man position a lot, and he's kind of got a Draymond-esque role. He's doing decent. I think that only works on the teams that aren't that good. But the teams that are good, they doing them every time. They doing him dirty every time. Miles Bridges, it's another one. Miles Bridges, people be sleeping on Miles Bridges. He had 21. He was really efficient, But we got to talk about T-Man. Trey Man. My boy, they said my boy look like the new Iverson. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. He dunked on dude. Like he put Buddy ass. He did something to him. And then he was talking. See, the thing about the NBA now, the refs are too soft. They don't let the players express emotion after they do something nice. It'd be nice to see, for them to be able to, show emotion and not get a tech for it, but they do what they want to do. It's their league. All 5 of the Brooklyn Nets starters had double digits. Cameron Johnson, 34, 6 of 12 from the 3. Jalen Wilson, 5 of 8. Dorian Finney-Smith, 4 of 5. Dennis Schroeder. I like Dennis. My boy Dennis. Dennis cold. I ain't gonna lie. Dennis cold. Dennis cold. Cam Thomas didn't play. Game would have been a lot different probably if Cam Thomas played. But the Charlotte Hornets lose to the Brooklyn Nets. 116-115. It was a 1-point game. That was a really good game. It was back and forth the whole time. Really entertaining. I think the in-season tournament format really making these players play better and harder, and it's giving the fans what they want to see. Or the Celtics beat the Cavaliers 120-117. I'm sorry for forgetting to say that. Game number 3, the Nuggets versus the Grizzlies. I didn't really pretty much. I didn't look at this too much because Jokic, he didn't play, so I didn't really want to watch it. Memphis Grizzlies just now getting Desmond Bane back. He played terrible, 1 of 10, but his second or third game back, so he got to get back right. He had 5 rebounds, 5 assists, so I guess they say something. Jaren Jackson, he had got in foul trouble early. I seen that. He got in foul trouble early, so he didn't get to play 34, 35 minutes. He only played 29. Jeremiah Wells, he a decent rookie. He only played 19 minutes. Santi Aldama, my boy had 28. Y'all better do y'all research on bro. He a hooper for real. He don't look like, but he a hooper. Russell Westbrook, the triple dub GOAT. My boy he got his 200 triple double. His 200 triple double. No other player currently or ever has that many triple doubles. So he had a historic night. He had 12 points, 10 rebounds, 14 assists, 2 steals, a block. Jamal Murray. I felt like Jamal Murray had to, have a big game because he's been slipping a little lately. I ain't gonna lie. But he had a big game. Michael Porter Jr. had a big double-double. Normally don't see that for him. But Jokic didn't play, so I guess he'll come up on the rebounds. But the Denver Nuggets beat the Memphis Grizzlies 122-110. Like I said, I didn't really too much watch this game, but I will say the courts, they probably got one of the best courts. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Chat. They got one of the best courts. Next game, the Pelicans versus the Mavericks. I didn't watch this game either because it was pretty much gonna be a blowout. The Pelicans don't got They don't have Zion. They don't have DeJounte Murray. They don't have who else? They don't have. They don't have a lot of their players. Let me look at their players. Cause they missing like 5 of their key players. All of them injured. Let me see. Yeah. C.J. McCollum, DeJounte Murray, Herbert Jones, Jordan Hawkins, Jose Alvarado, Zion, they all out. So they pretty much just going out there with their guys. So it wasn't really too much of a real reason to watch this one because you already know who's gonna win. The Dallas Mavericks blew them away 132-91. Brandon Ingram, 17, 5, and 4. It's only so much he can do. I feel bad for him. Trey Murphy came back, though. And that's a good sign because, he had 19, 5, and 1. That's a good sign. But it's pretty much wasn't too much with the Pelicans. You can really say they 4-11. Dallas is 8-6. Dallas is trying to get back on the winning side. P.J. Washington had a big game last game. And this game didn't have a good game. He had 4 points. He had 6 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1 steal. He played good defense. Kyrie had 18. Pretty quiet night from Kyrie. Luka had 26, but most of it came, I would say most of it came probably in the third, some in the fourth quarter. Luka, he started to heat up in that fourth quarter, started to make some shots. 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Normally, he gets more rebounds and assists, but, they got the W, so it really don't matter. Najee Marshall had 15. Daniel Gafford is really coming into himself, so he had 11 points, 6 rebounds. He's playing very, very good for them. Klay Thompson, 5 of 9 from the 3, and that is the difference maker. I believe Klay Thompson will make the Mavericks way better than they were last year because they got a third person that can just hit a shot when they need to hit a shot. Because a lot of times Luka and Kyrie get all the attention. And Luka's been sending a lot of double teams this season, so he's been starting slow. But I know he's gonna pick it up. Next game, the Thunder versus the Spurs. Man, this game is interesting because the Spurs don't have Wemby, and the Oklahoma City Thunder is one of the best teams in the league. They lost 110 to 104, and they don't have Wemby. But the Thunder didn't have Chet, but they don't have Wemby. And if you can't beat the San Antonio Spurs when they don't have Wemby, that's bad. That's real bad. You know, that says a lot. That says a lot about the team. You know, Jalen Williams, he had 27, 10 and 6. Shea had 32. But you wasn't really gonna get no points from nobody else. Like Aaron Wiggins had 11. Kason Wallace had 13. It just ain't nobody else. Nobody else is gonna really score on that team. So, you know, OKC is a good matchup for anybody in the West, really. You know, because they can be beaten very easily. They can be beaten very easily. The San Antonio Spurs beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 110 to 104. So, Keldon Johnson. Wait, Keldon Johnson is good. People be sleeping on Keldon Johnson though. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Keldon Johnson, he be doing his thing, and I promise y'all. Buddy, goddamn wind blowing hard as hell. My bad, y'all. Apparently it's a goddamn tornado out this motherfucker. But nah. Yeah, Keldon Johnson, he had 22 off the bench. And I believe he need to get more playing time. You know, but him coming off the bench is a good thing because they need somebody that can score off that bench. And San Antonio, Chris Paul doing real good, helping Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes. Those two are good veteran leaders for this team. You know, it's making them look different. Their record is 7-8, but they are better, way better than last year if you watch them. And the last game, my Lakers. Yeah. My Lakers versus the Jazz. Man, this one right here was crazy because everybody knew the Lakers was gonna win, but Jazz fought hard. John Collins had 18. John Collins was always good. I thought we shouldn't have got rid of him, here in Atlanta. But we got Jalen Johnson. It's sad, but shit. Hey man, we got a good player, and John doing his thing too. Bro, that shit just blew my head off. No cap, this shit just blew my head off. But yeah, John Collins. The wind, man. I'm trying to figure out why the hell the wind blowing so hard right now. Like, man, the wind is really blowing right now. That's crazy. Yeah, John Collins, he's definitely making some leaps. He definitely, if he's given the playing time, I could definitely see him averaging about 17, 18 points, 8 rebounds. Lauri Markkanen, I'm a big fan of Lauri Markkanen. 25 points, 8 rebounds. He had 1 assist, 2 steals. He 3 of 8 from the 3. Keontae George had 18, 4 of 7 from the 3. Again, Colin Sexton. They sleep on Colin Sexton, man. They need to let that man. They need to let that man hoop more, man. They need to let him hoop for real, because Colin Sexton can hoop, But them Lakers, AD, my boy AD, 26, 14 and 6, stop playing. 10 and 15. Bron, the GOAT, 26, 2 and 12. Man, and he hit some clutch shots at close to the end of the game, around 2 minutes left in the game. He hit some back-to-back clutch shots. Austin Reeves came, hit his shots. He got going later in the game. You know, took him a little longer, but he got him going. But the real story coming out of the game was Dalton Knecht. 12 of 16 from the field, 9 of 12 from the three. Man, Shawty hit like 5 threes back to back in the third quarter. Like, see, and that's what the Lakers was needing. They didn't have nobody that can shoot, but he's pulling that thing. He's shooting for real. Like, he real deal shooting. He in the game with 37 points. So that's what the Lakers needed. D'Angelo Russell came off the bench, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. You know, 26 minutes. But I guess you can't put D'Lo off the bench. You know, Cam Reddish being a good defender, 4 points. You know, he ain't really. You know, if he can, anything he give you on offense is, you know, you gonna take it. You know, he pretty much a wing defender, defend the best player on the other team. You know, he do a real good job at it. But yeah, the Lakers beat the Jazz 124 to 118, and they advanced in the group play. So my thought about it is, I feel like all the games were better than they, and I thought they were. You know, even though some of the games I didn't watch, they got more competitive down the end. You know, so I think this concept is actually really, really good. You know, it's making the regular season more interesting. And the next group play day, I will be doing another recap. You know, so y'all stay ready for that. Stay waiting for that chat. You know, and that's it. We out.